Bustin' mad like inside the dark, call me Bill Snatcher. Just the brother for the rapture. I hang live, holding on strong, hard to capture. Extravagant, resurrect the track and it's militant. And I react like a garden and start killing. It's manifesting. The God's work like appliances, dealing in my psyche.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another discussion for Boruto Naruto Next Generations. And today we're going to be doing something a little bit dangerous here. And by dangerous, I mean Kawaki asking Naruto which pack he wants to smoke first. That Kurama pack or that Boruto pack, while sitting at Jiraiya's grave with a torn up copy of Make Out Paradise on the ground. Which, as a quick reminder, Boruto pack merch is available on the Naruto Explained Teespring for a limited time, and using the promo code PACK, you're gonna get 20% off anything that you order. We got t-shirts, we got hoodies, we got a literal Boruto backpack. We got a Boruto pack. And coming soon, we're gonna have a Boruto blanket. Get yours today and bring the meme to life. Let's get that Boruto pack greatness out there. I've ordered samples and I can vouch for how well these prints came out. I ordered a sample for everything that's on the Teespring, so check those out if you're interested. Now, today, I want to talk to you guys about this growing belief that exists in the community about Naruto's enormous power-up that's going to come from Naruto regaining chakra from Kurama. Now, I briefly touched on this 2 years ago when the Boruto manga chapters were coming out, but I left out a few of the points I'm going to discuss here because at the time, I didn't think it was needed. I thought it was pretty much cut and dry. However, after the anime aired Kurama's death last year, I've seen a ton of comments, each of them asking a couple of these questions in regards to Kurama's power being returned to Naruto, and this is still even after the Boruto anime went out of its way to include anime original scenes where you have Sakura state to Naruto that he no longer has the superhuman chakra, i.e. the chakra of the nine tails inside of him, but we're going to get to that part later on. So getting right into it, let's look at why people are convinced that Naruto is going to regain the power of the nine tails or potentially have some slither of chakra inside of him. People look at the current narrative situation where we have somebody like Code, whose power without limiters being removed, and somebody who has the power of the Karma Seal, and they rightfully say Code should be able to curb stomp base Naruto in a fight, which is something that the manga does imply would likely happen. And even if Naruto has his Sage Mode activated, he's still likely going to get bodied, much in the same way that Killer Bee was able to casually body Sasuke during their fight. The belief is that due to the narrative situation of multiple villains being stronger than Naruto, that this is the only way forward. However, without spoiling anime fans on the recent events of the manga, with certain characters getting power-ups and the news from Jump Festa 2021, which was held in December 2020, that we're going to be heading into a time skip. The fact is that you're going to see a massive power increase with the supporting cast characters. In particular, there's going to be 3 characters that are likely going to surpass where Naruto's currently at. Maybe not directly after the time skip, but some point during the time skip, when we see Boruto Part 2 play out, Naruto's going to get surpassed. The same way Tsunade was surpassed, even though she was Hokage. The other idea out there is that Naruto's words about a parent summoning tremendous power to protect their child could be an indication that Naruto can still tap into a small bit of QB chakra. Now, for this one, I'm going to lean in the direction of no, but I will concede something. Masashi Kishimoto's statement in Naruto Databook 3 that once something is a part of you, it never truly goes away. You do have some room to stand on here, and that's because we've seen this with Uchiha and the Sharingan, where they're able to still use their Mangekyo powers even after somebody like Shisui loses one eye, Madara loses both eyes, or Itachi loses the light from his Mangekyo. In the case of all of these Uchiha, they did awaken Mangekyo Sharingan in both of their eyes. That does make some sense. It's a similar thing to what you have with Kakashi, where Obito's Sharingan was inside of Kakashi for 17 years, which is why even after losing Obito's Sharingan, we saw Obito's chakra briefly being able to manifest into Kakashi. For Naruto, you could make that argument that since The yang half of the QB chakra was inside of his body for 16 years, and then he had another 16 years where he had both halves of the QB chakra sealed into him after the war. That maybe there's a small amount of chakra that Konoha's technology couldn't pick up. Now, I personally don't think that that's the case, but if that ends up happening, I'm not going to call it an ass pull because the foundation for something like that occurring is already there. However, the big thing I see people saying is that Naruto can just find a way to go to the 10 tails that Code has hidden away, and that Naruto can make a new Kurama and he can seal it inside of him and everything's going to be fixed again. This idea spread around faster than Nick Cannon spreads his seed from any woman that he sleeps with, which for those of you guys who have no idea what I'm referring to, that's pretty damn fast. If Naruto could do this, which he can't, but if he could do this, the Kurama that would be created would be a different version of Kurama and would not have any of the memories of the Kurama that Naruto knew, because Kurama that would be created would be coming from a different 10 tails and have a different chakra signature. The most you could hope for is that Naruto will use his own chakra to share the memories of Kurama he has with this new Kurama that's created. However, all of that's irrelevant. Naruto couldn't do any of this, and I'm going to explain to you why. In order to split up the new 10 tails, Naruto needs to use the creation of all things jutsu. In order to do that, Naruto needs to be able to use Hagoromo's chakra. Hagoromo's chakra was stored into the sun and moon seals that Naruto and Sasuke had, which is why Hagoromo at one point said, "I don't have the chakra to summon them," and then all of a sudden they seal Kage away. Hagoromo looks down at his hands, he sees the sun and moon seals, and all of a sudden he has a chakra to summon Naruto and Sasuke after summoning all of those dead Kage. But despite people saying they lost their seals when they blew out their arms, they actually lost their seals when they did the 6-pass Jubaku Tensei. That was evident in the manga. Losing the chakra that was in those sun and moon seals had no impact on Sasuke being able to use his Rinnegan and Naruto being able to use any of the 6-pass Sage Mode powers. In their final Valley fight or in the Boruto era, Sasuke still has his Rinnegan, Naruto still using 6-pass Sage Mode. Now, if Naruto still had Hagoromo's chakra, there wouldn't be any need for Naruto to get a freaking Hashirama Cell arm made for his body, because if he had Hagoromo's chakra, he could just use the creation of all things jutsu to make a brand new arm out of thin air. Like, he made a whole new eyeball for Kakashi after Madara snatched Kakashi's Sharingan, and for a time snatched away his dignity as a shinobi. Creation of all things is literally making something out of nothing. It takes the spiritual energy from yin chakra and creates a physical substance. It then takes the yang chakra, i.e. physical energy, to bring what was created via the yin chakra to life. If Naruto had this ability, he could have fixed Might Guy's leg. He could have made himself and Sasuke new arms, but he can't, which is why those arms were created for both of them. Now you could jump through loopholes and say Naruto could learn the Uzumaki sealing jutsu and just seal the entire Jubi into his body, but that goes against the narrative being set up for this 10 tails to be something that sticks around longer, and the manga literally calls this 10 tails a different types of 10 tails, so there's not a guarantee that the power increase would be the same since it is a different type of 10 tails. Now, I've seen people say, well, what about those chakra pills that were created in the Sakura Hiden novel, the ones that were giving people bijuu cloaks in proportion to the amount of chakra they had? And the thing I would say is that because those pills are destroyed and because Kakashi viewed them as being inhumane, because they were ripping flesh and blood and genetics from a direct descendant of Hagoromo, if Kakashi saw that as being too inhumane, Naruto would see the same thing. So I think that that's off the table as well. Now, people have suggested Naruto could steal the other bijuu into his body, but that's pointless. None of the other bijuu even come close to the power that Kurama had. One half of Kurama was strong enough to push back 5 bijuu Dama without exerting its full power. Seal the 1 tails to the 7 tails in the Naruto. All that chakra combined doesn't even come up to half the power of Kurama, which means that he's still too weak to deal with the threats that currently exist. There's also the fact that it could be argued that Naruto wouldn't want to force the bijuu to be sealed inside of him as a jinchuuriki, when the whole point of them being allowed to roam free is allow them the option of choosing if they want to be sealed away, which none of them do. All the other bijuu were making vacation plans like my Los Angeles Lakers are about to do, because that season's been packed up just like Kurama got packed up. Now, finally, I want to close off with Sakura's statement where she said that Naruto doesn't have superhuman chakra anymore. I've been saying from the moment that Naruto lost Kurama in the manga that he isn't suddenly fodder like some people overreacted and began to state. Naruto himself already had an enormous amount of chakra. The superhuman chakra that Sakura referred to is the Kyuubi chakra, which lines up to Naruto stating that it feels like a part of himself was missing, and we've been shown moments in the anime where the loss of Kurama still clearly bothered Naruto. The fact that Naruto is still able to go into Sage mode is proof that Naruto still has an enormous chakra pool, because Sage mode requires an enormous amount of chakra to even attempt the training. When we go by the manga, Naruto at age 16 was stated to have chakra 4 times that of Kakashi, and that was without the Kyuubi chakra being factored in. Naruto in that time since then has only grown in the 16 years since then, which it should be noted chakra levels can increase over time. Spiritual energy is increased through the strengthening of the mind through experience and studying and meditation, as well as your emotional state. Physical energy is increased through literal physical training. Both of these make up the aspects of chakra. The max amount of chakra someone has can be increased over time, but there's a limit to the ceiling, which it comes down to genetics. But lucky for Naruto being a distant relative of the Senju, who have a powerful life force and powerful chakra force, and Naruto being half Uzumaki, with Uzumaki having absurdly powerful life forces and chakra, and Naruto having inherited special chakra that's rare even within the Uzumaki clan itself. Naruto's ceiling for chakra has always been enormous, and I think people are freaking out for no reason. So in short, I'm saying smoke that Kurama pack, 9 packs for 9 tails, and don't be disappointed that Naruto isn't the harem king anymore. The man can still go home to Hinata every night he isn't in the Hokage office. Our boy's doing just fine. However, I want to know from you guys. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. And also, make sure to share this video with anyone who's still saying, I think that Naruto's going to power up into Kurama mode all over again, or they're holding on to hope that Naruto's going to get some variation of bijuu chakra, or he's going to become a new 10 tails jinchuuriki. Share the video. Tell everybody Naruto Sage mode is your best bet for Naruto getting stronger. But don't hold your breath for Naruto to be the top dude in the series. That's not going to happen. We're transitioning over to the part of the story where it's not the Naruto and Boruto story anymore. It's going to be just the Boruto story when we get past this time skip. Naruto's power-up is going to come out of left field, likely in that last arc, just like how you saw Tsunade and Kakashi all of a sudden get freakishly powerful in the last arc. So smoke that Kurama pack, people. He's gone. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Smoke that Boruto pack. Have an awesome day, guys.